Winter has always been one of humanity's toughest adversaries. Before the modern comforts of central heating, families, soldiers and settlers relied on ingenuity, local materials and precise techniques to stay warm. Understanding these methods not only gives insight into history, but equips you with practical skills for off-grid living, survival scenarios, or simply appreciating the engineering of the past. Before we dive in, make sure to subscribe to Warpaths of Europe, like this video, and leave a comment with your favourite historical heating method. How Europeans use masonry stoves and thermal mass to retain heat. Across northern and eastern Europe, masonry stoves were the pinnacle of off-grid heating. These stoves weren't just fire pits. They were carefully engineered structures of brick or stone that absorbed heat from a single burn and released it slowly over hours. Unlike open fireplaces that lose most heat up the chimney, masonry stoves direct smoke through internal channels, warming the structure before venting outside. You can replicate this today in a small off-grid cabin by constructing a cob or brick stove with multiple flues to maximize heat retention. Even modern ovens benefit from this principal fire once in a thermal mass stove and retain warmth through the night. How chimneys and airflow were optimized for consistent warmth. Medieval and early modern homes weren't just about placing a fire in the center of a room. Builders understood airflow, drafting smoke through chimneys to draw fresh air into the living space. Some 18th century German homes used twin flues to circulate heat into adjacent rooms, meaning one hearth could warm multiple chambers. Replicating this today requires, careful observation of natural airflow in your structure. Position stoves near external walls with controlled venting, and use flues or ducts to channel warm air where it's needed. Even small adjustments, like closing one vent and opening another, can drastically improve efficiency. And, layering bedding and insulating sleeping areas kept people warm at night. Before electric blankets, Europeans layered bedding in a precise order. Heavy wool mattresses and blankets went on the bottom, with lighter linens on top, and feather-filled quilts trapped body heat. Some Scandinavian households even used bed curtains to create a microclimate, reducing heat loss in rooms that were otherwise cold. Modern off-grid applications include, using natural insulation, like sheepskin, wool or heavy quilts, inside sleeping spaces. Raising beds off the floor and adding insulated mats or straw beneath can make a room 5 to 10 degrees warmer without any energy input. Iron was not just for tools and weapons, it was a thermal storage material. Cast iron pots, plates and grates heated in a fire would radiate warmth long after the flames died down. In many 19th century European homes, homeowners left heavy iron plates near stoves to absorb and radiate heat. For a modern off-grid setting, placing iron or stone near your heat source does the same job. It smooths temperature swings and provides consistent radiant warmth without additional fuel. Now, let's take a look at how ancient insulation techniques in walls and floors really helped reduce heat loss. European homes of the past, they often featured double layers in their walls. Interior wooden panelling was combined with packed clay, straw or even moss insulation. Floors sometimes had straw mats or layered wooden planks as well. All of this, it minimized drafts and helped retain the heat generated by fires. These days, you can actually replicate this by using locally sourced materials like earth bags, cob or straw bales for your walls, and wooden planks or thick rugs for your floors. Even just layering natural fabrics against window openings can, honestly, make a big difference and drastically reduce heat loss at night. Historical builders, they really understood that smaller, connected rooms retained heat much better than those sprawling open layouts we sometimes see today. Castles, farmhouses and cottages often clustered their essential rooms around a single hearth. Narrow corridors, low ceilings and thick walls all played a part in reducing airflow loss. So, when you're designing or retrofitting an off-grid home, it's best to prioritize compact spaces for sleeping and cooking. Even temporary partitions, like heavy curtains or wooden screens, can help concentrate warmth without the need for complex heating systems. Now, as for seasonal adaptations, families also changed their habits to maximize heating efficiency. In winter, heavy drapes would cover the windows, doors were sealed up with cloth, and certain rooms were closed off to conserve heat. Kitchens, well, they served as both cooking and warming areas, making use of every bit of heat produced. Modern off-grid enthusiasts can really take a page from this book, block off unused spaces, cover windows with insulating layers, and centralize your cooking and heating functions to reduce fuel use. And when it comes to localized heat sources, historically, people often heated only the areas they actually occupied. Soldiers in World War I trenches used small braziers, and rural families kept hearths in sleeping chambers instead of trying to warm up the entire house. This kind of localized heating, it reduced fuel consumption and ensured comfort where it mattered most. For today's off-grid scenarios, portable stoves, insulated sleeping pods and personal radiant heaters can allow you to use the same principle. Just heat where you are, not the whole building. Mastering these techniques, well, it requires observing natural heat flow, layering your materials strategically, and selecting materials that store and radiate heat efficiently. Each of these methods is backed by centuries of trial, error, and adaptation. By combining masonry insulation, passive heating, and careful room management, anyone can achieve off-grid warmth that's really comparable to modern technology, without needing electricity or any complex infrastructure. Understanding these historical methods also, I think, deepens our appreciation for the ingenuity of past Europeans who survived harsh winters with nothing but local materials, fire, and their own resourcefulness. So, whether you're restoring an old home living off-grid or just fascinated by history, these techniques are timeless and practical. If you found this guide valuable, make sure to subscribe to Warpaths of Europe, like the video, and leave a comment sharing which historical heating method you're most eager to try. And don't forget to share this with fellow history buffs and survival enthusiasts to help preserve and apply these proven strategies.